Omori. This simple RPG did something I didn't expect. It blew me away. Now, I can't go on to this video without giving props where they're due. Omocap and the entire team made this fantastic game. It took 6.5 years of their life to do, and I have to give credit where credit's due. Like, it's great. Go play the game for yourself if you haven't already. Unlike games that I love, like Undertale and BioShock, to which I was spoiled for, I was able to go into this game relatively unspoiled. As you should too. If you haven't already done yourself the favor, go buy this game. It's $20 on Steam and $30 pretty much everywhere else. Unless you have the Game Pass on Xbox, to which you're able to get it for free. Now the gameplay, to put it bluntly, is brilliant. Maybe it's just me, because I don't play very many RPGs, but it feels new. It feels refreshing. It's the usual turn-based RPG things that you get with most game, with a little bit of flair here and there. Most characters are healers and some are fighters, etc. However, what this game does greatly is provide a new system. Instead of magic or spells or even those types of things, there's a new system in place called the emotion system, where basically, if you are happy, your character can be beaten by sadness, or vice versa, sadness is weak to happy, etc., etc. I think that system is brilliant, and especially sadness when it brings up your defense, especially around certain bosses. Anyway, we should probably talk about the bosses and characters. Each minute character that you meet in this game is brilliantly written. They are super interesting, and even our main quartet has so much personality in it. Aubrey, the tough-headed one, and isn't afraid to get her hands dirty. Kel, the goofy, aloof guy who's just fun. Hero, who's one of the most wise and kind people that you ever meet. Now, there are a few characters in this game who aren't necessarily in your party, but are beneficial to the story. Mari, your older sister, who is the saving grace in this game, quite literally, and Basil, one of your best friends, and is the shy, plant-loving one, and is one of the main driving forces for this game. Now we should probably get to our main character, Omori. He's the cliff-faced stand-in character for the game, for the player. That's really it. Nothing more to say about him. Now, I do have one glaring issue with the game, and most people agree on this, is that it is long. I spent just around 22 hours just on the main game itself. It took me a little over a week, I think. And on one hand, that's long. It is tedious and hectic as hell. On the other hand, it benefits the story greatly, in my personal opinion. It distracts you from something later on, and it affects the characters as well. They feel tired and feel like this has been going on forever. It's written really well into the game. I don't know, I'm kind of split. What do you guys think? Now, here's your slight spoiler warning for the game. It's not experience ruining, what I'm going to say next, but it would be preferred if you go play the game for yourself. Here's the story. You wake up in a place called White Space. You've been here for as long as you can remember. You have a few things with you. Your cat, Miwo, a tissue box for letting your sorrows out, a sketchbook for your drawings, a laptop, a black light bulb, and a white door. If you decide to open the white door, You end up in this fantastical world with all your friends, Aubrey, Kel, Hero, Mari, and Basil. You have fun, you have picnics together. Later on in the story, one of these characters goes missing, and your goal throughout the entire story that takes up most of the playtime is finding that character. And that's all I'm going to say without getting into major spoilers. Now, this next section is going to be major spoilers. So, if you have not played the game, I know it's cliche, but again, go play this game. That is, of course, unless you have psychological issues that you need to deal with. In case, go deal with those first, because things are about to get very, very interesting. If you have already, you may proceed. There we go. It's a lie. The truth was far too painful for him, so he hid away. The fantasy world, or the mind world, whatever you want to call it, is a lie, a protection, a getaway for our main character, Sunny. In the real world, Sunny is moving away in 3 days. And if you so choose, you can spend those 3 days with your friends who you haven't seen in 3 years after the passing of your sister, Mari. This is where those subjects of psychological issues come into play, and honestly, some of the best parts of the game. Sunny has hallucinations, nightmares, that affect him throughout the game, those 3 days. And when Sunny is reminded of those things, he retreats back into white space, into Omori. While we're on the subject of the psychological stuff, Omocat did a great job of making you feel the fear, especially with one of the designs of nightmares, the hallucinations. It's one of the most terrifying things I've seen in most games. This. Terrifying, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Anyway, great job, Omocat. You made me pretty much crap my pants. Anyway, the real mission is to save yourself, to overcome this trauma and the things you've had to deal with through most of your life. How does one deal with that? That's what this game is about, dealing with those symptoms of depression, of anxiety. How does one deal with that? Well, I guess you're going to have to find out, won't you? But you don't only save yourself. There's someone else you can save. Basil. You both saw something, experienced something that put the fear of God, put trauma into you. And that's it. Are you just gonna save yourself? You're gonna try to save the both of you? Or are you gonna constantly live with something right behind you? And that's it. This game is one of my new favorite games of all time. The writing, the storytelling, all of that is immaculate. The world building, it feels almost real. And other than the one complaint I have about the length that most people have, most of them say it's worth it, even for the length. So, I would recommend checking it out, playing the game. Are you waiting for something to happen?
Close your eyes, you'll be here soon. 1、2、3、4、5分時々本当に熱帯でもこのワードできない